Hello everyone, and we got some big crypto news. Coinbase has helped the Secret Service bust a huge crypto scam. This could be good news, or it could be a harbinger of bad things to come, because are they a hero or are they just dirty government lapdogs? We'll find out. And of course, there are even more companies buying crypto, like talking about $1.5 billion in committed corporate crypto buys from someone else besides MicroStrategy, Similar Scientific, new people coming into the big buying crypto business. But let's talk about Coinbase first. CB has basically helped bust a huge crypto scam. It's worth $225 million. And of course, they claimed a key role, and it's the biggest ever crypto seizure. Now, government seizures, they can put that, if they're not returning it to victims, which I think they are this time, they can actually put that in the country's crypto reserve. So there's that. The government does stand to benefit from it. So crypto exchange Coinbase said it played a key role, not really sure what that means, in supporting a U.S. Secret Service investigation that resulted in the seizure of $225 million linked to crypto investment scams earlier this month. On June 18th, Department of Justice filed to seize more than $225 million in crypto recovered by the Secret Service that was allegedly stolen by pig butchering scammers, which agent in charge Sean Bradstreet said at the time was the largest cryptocurrency seizure in the agency's history. Coinbase said in a blog post on Tuesday that it joined several other exchanges in an investigative sprint with the Secret Service in 2024 to identify scam victims, analyze chain flows, and help build a case to seize the crypto. And of course, there's about 130 Coinbase customers caught by the scam, so I'm guessing the money that's actually been seized will actually be returned to them. So basically, Coinbase said on Coinbase support, Coinbase helped drive a major law enforcement win. The U.S. Secret Service has seized $225 million in stolen crypto tied to pig butchering scams and returning its funds to victims, which is always good. If you think you're affected, you may be eligible for restitution. So I guess somehow Coinbase customers, although only 100 of them, fell for a pig butchering scheme, which is basically like a fake wedding type of scheme where they gave the other party all their money or something like that. And they're saying you can actually get your money back. Of course, they help with a blockchain analysis. They have a lot of data. The blockchain analysis and subpoena records production allowed the U.S. Secret Service to identify more than 130 Coinbase customers who were unknowingly defrauded, representing $2.3 million in losses. So this is good if you're a Coinbase customer. Obviously, they're cooperating with the Secret Service, but I'm not really sure. This is not really a leakage of data, so nothing nefarious about that. The Secret Service also traced some of the frozen funds back to 140 accounts at the crypto exchange OKX, many of which were held in names of individuals being held at scam compounds in Southeast Asia, according to Coinbase. So a lot of the Coinbase customers' funds were actually funneled to OKX. And obviously, OKX was a cooperative and basically a part of this as well. But Coinbase did actually provide a lot of analytical work when this comes, as this comes up. And more than just Coinbase, Tether actually also assisted the DOJ in the investigation. It froze 39 wallets containing $225 million in 2023, which were mainly its self-titled stablecoin Tether. The stablecoin issuer later burned all the tokens. So Coinbase said the equivalent amount of new USDT was then reissued and transferred to a wallet controlled by the Secret Service. So if you are a Coinbase customer, or if you fell for this pig butchering scam, the Secret Service now has all your money, and you will have to go demand it back from them if you want your money back. So I don't really think anything's nefarious about this obvious pig butchering scam. Coinbase probably provided their chain analysis services. Some of the money was probably tried to be laundered through them. Some of it was obviously laundered through OKX. And I definitely think I definitely think that it's good that these crypto companies are working with law enforcement agencies on these big scams, as I think it will benefit customers, because the scams will actually get bigger and bigger. So that's what we have with the Coinbase busting a big crypto scam. They provided critical assistance. Now, for the good news on crypto, the biggest buy is a Norwegian deep sea mining firm. They want to buy $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin. Obviously, that's good upwards pressure. Nothing of the Michael Saylor type, but still a lot of buys in Bitcoin. Just more and more commitments to Bitcoin. So Green Minerals says it will raise $1.2 billion to buy Bitcoin and plans to adopt blockchain technology in areas such as supply chain transparency and operational efficiency. Norwegian deep-sea mining firm Green Minerals AS says it plans to create a Bitcoin treasury and is aiming to raise $1.2 billion to buy and hold Bitcoin long-term. Green Minerals said on Monday that the plan is part of a wider blockchain strategy that aims to diversify the company's investments from fiat currencies and support its future project plans. Green Minerals Executive Chair Ståle Rødal said in a statement that Bitcoin is an attractive alternative to traditional fiat, and the hope is that adding it to the firm's balance sheets will help it by mitigating fiat risks. With significant future capital expenditures planned for the production equipment, the program offers a robust hedge against currency debasement. Currency debasement obviously means the devaluation of the dollar, and obviously the dollar inflates, so it is devalued. Green Minerals said that with its partners, it plans to finance up to $1.2 billion with programs designed to increase its Bitcoin treasury, and it aims to buy its first Bitcoin within the next few days. Green Minerals could buy roughly 11,255 Bitcoin for $1.2 billion. So it looks like more and more companies are trying to get in on the Bitcoin game, and we welcome every company that wants to buy physical Bitcoin, obviously, because if you buy physical Bitcoin, every little bit, and this is not a little bit, being $1.2 billion, obviously, basically locks up supply if they hold it, and it provides upwards pressure. And obviously, Bitcoin, although it doesn't directly drag, well, it does directly drag everything up, although not as much as it actually used to, even though like the dominance is getting greater, it still has an upward effect on all the altcoins. So I'm all for Bitcoin doing well. So Norwegian deep sea mining firm, 1.2 billion, more commitments to buying Bitcoin. I like what I'm seeing from these corporate bigwigs. They're buying into crypto. They believe in this market, or at least they believe in the future pumpology of this particular market. Adding to that, Anthony Pompliano, he's not new, but his new venture is going to buy $386 million in Bitcoin. So still several $100 million worth of buys. Anthony Pompliano's crypto firm ProCap has purchased 3,724 Bitcoin after announcing a $1 billion plan to go public later this year. Crypto entrepreneur Anthony Pompliano's firm ProCap made its first Bitcoin purchase just days after revealing that it has plans to go public later this year. The Bitcoin financial services firm ProCap BTC said on Tuesday that it purchased 3,724 Bitcoin for $386 million. The investment is now worth just shy of $400 million at the current market prices. So they've already bought this. And if there was like a slight bump Tuesday, it might be because of this. However, I will say they probably bought it OTC, so it didn't really have too much effect on the market. So they basically said, we believe Bitcoin is a new hurdle rate. If you can't beat it, you have to buy it. Obviously, they can't beat it, so they are buying it. Now, Pompliano has always been a Bitcoin maxi, so this actually comes as no surprise. The firm also plans to buy up to $1 billion worth of Bitcoin for its balance sheet as part of its ongoing business strategy, joining the growing ranks of corporate BTC treasury firms. So Pompliano has actually confirmed this. Obviously, two more companies buying up to $1 billion in Bitcoin. They join the legions of more of Bitcoin buying companies, and it's just very, very good news for the overall crypto market. If you're wondering why Bitcoin is still maintaining despite all the wars and stuff, this is why. It's also why alts are not maintaining, because there's not that many companies trying to buy up altcoins. There's a couple of altcoins with some committed buys, but really nothing like Bitcoin where these companies that actually have money are buying Bitcoin. When when companies commit to buying those other currencies, they're usually kind of small-ish companies, and they want to buy that much of that crypto, but they don't really know how they're going to get that much money to buy the crypto. because the amount they want to raise is worth many times what their company's net worth is. So you're always in a little trouble when you want to do that. But that is very, very good news. And of course, I'm still, like I said, I'm all for Coinbase busting with the Secret Service crypto scammers. Some of you may not like it that Coinbase and OKX are working with like the man. But if the man is busting pig butchering schemes, I can understand that. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.